All right, Lindsay, let's take a look at some of your slalom free skiing. Put you up next to, for comparison, our academy coach, Andrew. Your conditions were tougher, clearly, as we talked that day. Some of that loose, sticky snow, made it a little bit difficult, but hopefully we can still see some things here. So one thing is, yes, we want to get the feet out from underneath us. But we got to have them, both have to go out, but they really can't get out from underneath us when we're going slow. So you're trying to force the outside ski to get out from underneath you to get it on edge, and keeping the inside one flat under you. And really that means the weight's on that inside ski. So when we're going slow, it's going to really roll them both up to as high of an edge angle as we can, and pressure the outside, but we really can't go in slow, get him out from underneath us. We'll see Andrew here. Just kind of roll him up, stand on him, and press him. He'll start to get him further out as speeds progress. But in here, you really are forcing that outside ski out, and definitely there's no weight on that ski. You're kind of like pulling it around with you. So that's way too much space between the skis. The weight's on the inside, ski gets flat under you like a crutch, and you're kind of just grabbing the outside ski and just yanking it around. So we need to use ankles and knees on both skis. You can see Andrew there. Has really good upper and lower body separation. Has a consistent width. Yours is obviously not consistent because it's going from that position there to much wider during the turn because you're really forcing the outside ski to get out from underneath you. And the key thing is to really rolling up that inside ski. We have to pull back the inside ski and roll that one up on edge. Obviously you can see here some divergence because you're kind of like really making that turn on the inside ski, and the outside one finally gets yanked around. So we've got to use more ankles and knees, and then we'll move the hip in as we get going faster. But we need a high edge angle platform to push against, on that outside ski. And from this position, really hard to push when it's so far out from underneath you with the other one flat. Hard to push against that outside ski. As you get going a little faster, it gets better, which makes sense, but still, that inside one being not as tipped up, so we really have, what we call, an A-frame, and we're looking for, much more parallel shafts of the shins. He's got a little, but you need that inside ski to be matching the outside ski with all the weight on the outside ski. A little better there, for sure. So that's my first suggestion. Really pull the inside ski back. You got to tip it up. It's got to be little toe down the inside, big toe down the outside. Maintain a consistent width, nice shoulder width like Andrew over here. The width really never changes. Rolls him up, stands on him. He's very square down the hill. He's got good upper and lower body separation. You tend to follow your skis a little bit more. You're not as square down the hill upper body, which we want in slalom. and he doesn't really, you tend to bend over at the waist. You can see there, bending over, and I think that's, you know, the way you're trying to press the skis, but with the inside ski under you flat, the only way to try to press it is to almost just to bend over. You can see his upper body is much more erect, allows him, he's really in a strong position right there to be balanced over the outside ski and push against it. And there, bent over at the waist, with the feet that wide, hard to really push against the outside ski. So we got to stand up a little bit more upper body, and I know it sounds weird, but if we actually stand up more, it's easier to get both feet out from underneath us, and certainly easier to get the inside ski rolled up. It's pretty hard to bend over at the waist and actually roll up the inside ski. We're looking for more matching angles with your shin angle, and you don't have a lot of ankle flexion here, but this should be matching. I mean, ideally in this position, we'd want the ankle flexion here, maybe not quite that one, but say here, and our upper body to be, you know, like that, as opposed to, let's say that. So let's not try to jack at the waist. You know, what happens then, obviously, is we talk about how you're sometimes in the back seat, and by jacking at the waist, the bending at the waist, it's going to push the hips back. And that's why, as I said here, you don't have a lot of ankle flexion. So you really are in the back seat because you're bending at the waist, pushing the hips back. All right, so let's stand up a little taller upper body. Pull the inside foot back. Got to tip that one up. All right. So here, you know, too big of a lead change. The inside ski is too far ahead. You got to yank that back, tip it up. But you tend to have kind of a sitting because you jack at the waist. It looks like you're almost sitting down. Hips go back. You can see there. I mean, just too much width of the skis, right? Hard to pressure that outside ski. All right, so like we were saying, we want this angle to basically match your body, and it's mismatched. So that's my suggestion to work on. Stand up a little taller, roll both skis up on edge, little toe down the inside, big toe on the outside, pressure the outside ski. By standing up taller, we'll be able to get our feet out from beneath us. You can try it just in your living room in your sneakers, like jump back and forth, side to side with your feet. And if you can try it when you're bent over, it's pretty hard. So it's really hard to get the feet out from beneath us when we're bent over, and really hard to roll the inside foot up when we're bent over. So let's try that out, and that should help.